Couple things before I begin. You'll note I have a green shirt and green tie on. Go Eagles. Yeah. 4:40 today, so I believe. And now I have to say something that is a long time Washington fan. It hurts just a little bit. Congratulations, Melissa, on your Dallas Cowboys yesterday, their victory. I was very sorry, however, to see one of your receivers so badly injured. Though it was impressive the way that the teammates on both teams came up and stood with him in that very difficult moment when they lifted him onto the cart and got ready to roll him off the field, tears streaming down his face. So it was a moment of human sportsmanship and humanity that I won't soon forget. Victory tempered with a little bit of sadness there. And I pray that he will recover well and be able to return next season. So. Now, have you ever received news that just threw you for a loop, left you scratching your head, doing a mental double take, wondering if it could possibly be true, something like the beautiful letter that Jocelyn wrote, or what I saw yesterday in an article from 2018 written by Sarah Crow and called 50 Mind-Blowing Things That Have Happened This Year Already. And one of them was orange snow falling across Eastern Europe. Orange snow, what is this? And fortunately, she said very quickly, it was not the result of chemicals or some terrible pollutant. It was actually the wind blowing the rain across North Africa, where it picked up orange sand and then deposited it as orange snow in Eastern Europe. It was quite surprising, and it did startle me quite a bit. Well, the Magi coming from the east into Israel had a similar effect. Here's a large group of mysterious travelers. Among them are experts, scholars, who are knocking on King Herod's door in Jerusalem and asking where the new king has been born to Israel. Well, needless to say, that news turned Jerusalem upside down. And this was very startling for these individuals to show up unannounced in Jerusalem. And the Magi themselves, what we call wise men, because it's a lot easier to say wise men than what they were priestly sages. They were scholars from Persia. They were experts in astrology, which was considered a science back in the day, reading portents in star formations, and in dream interpretation. They were experts who were sought out by the king of Persia. These were important individuals. They were respected throughout the Greco-Roman world for their skills, coming from the east where this originated. Now, divination of this sort was looked down upon in the Old Testament, so they don't do that. But King Herod was completely taken by surprise by this news, and he takes it quite seriously. God was guiding these experts through a method they were sure to notice, putting a bright star in the sky in the east for them to follow. He got their attention much as Moses' burning bush got his attention as he was trying to shepherd a flock. It's the kind of thing that draws you in, and God is really good at those kinds of things. And they followed the star from Persia. They followed it into Israel. They got as far as the general Jerusalem vicinity, but it's like one of those irritating moments where the GPS in your phone gets you just so close, but leaves it a little ambiguous where the exact direct address will be, and you need to find a little more help to get to that place. And so, they turned to the local ruler, King Herod. Now, Persian kings obviously felt differently about the sort of things that these people predicted than did the kings of Israel or of Rome, the Roman Empire. In fact, they were not fond of predictions that either would bring them doom or tell them of competitor kings being born in their land. Nero, later on, would take it so far as when a comet showed up in the sky, which was a portent of death and destruction as far as they were concerned, he had some of his fellow nobles murdered, hoping that would take care of the message that was coming in the sky, rather than him. So needless to say, it wasn't taken well. And Herod was so steeped in fear for himself and for his regime that the historian Josephus reported back in the day that he had his own wife, Mariamne, and his sons executed because he suspected they might be trying to replace him. That's whose door they're knocking on, these wise men from the east. So the Magi come from Persia seeking the Messiah, and they've the king that God has established. And Herod sees a new order coming in this news that has come from the Gentile world, and he's not happy about it. He calls in his Jewish scholars. Now, this is quite the meeting with the scholars from Persia and the scholars from Israel all getting together. And he says, "No, is there any prophecy concerning a king like this that you can direct us to?" And the scholars oblige. They get into the book of Micah and 2 Samuel, and they say, well, the place you're looking for such an event would be Bethlehem. That's where that's going to take place. No, really, Bethlehem. So, here we see the usefulness of a little interfaith dialogue going on here, because essential pieces of information are coming from two different sources. The sky, from the people of the East, and the Scriptures from the people of Israel. Without the Jewish scholar, our Persian Magi, our wise men, would not have found Jesus. Without Persian scholarship, the Jewish scholars and King Herod wouldn't have known that a history-changing event was happening in their own backyard. Of course, as Herod's story shows, it's a good idea to know a little something about the people you're asking questions from and how they may perceive what you're asking about. Herod asks his guest politely to return and let him know where this baby has been born, particularly. What address should I go to, because I want to honor him? Well, the fearsome Herod actually was seeking to kill Jesus, seeing him as potential competition for himself. And Jerusalem was pretty infected by this fear, and they're very unsettled. They're in an uproar over the Magi's arrival, the rumors that are going about what they are looking for. And really, this is a great reminder. What it says in the Bible over and over and over again is, do not be afraid. It will twist your heart and soul and your perceptions and lead you to do things you shouldn't. Now imagine Mary and Joseph's surprise